So then, best way to do it is create your first line. Go ahead and start it there. Alright, so that'll be your first line. Now your second line is going to be at the bottom, right over here. Go ahead and touch up the back, make sure the back's straight. Alright, and now all you're basically going to be doing is connecting this line to that line. And now we'll just go ahead and connect everything. Make sure you're using the corner of your blade. Very helpful. I know sometimes your blades don't have those corners, but when you do have the corners, make sure you use them. It's a lot easier to make shapes and arch the sideburns and all that, so make sure you're putting them to work. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and bring out the straight razor and I'll just do the cleanup. I have disposable razors. These are a lot easier to maintain. And I like to use a shave oil. I'm not a big fan of the gels. The gels kind of get messy and cause the hair to stick. Sometimes it gets in your way. I like to use oil. A little bit goes a long way, so go ahead and start off here. This is going to lubricate the skin, that way when you glide the razor across, it doesn't nick them, doesn't get caught in the skin. It's going to be smooth. And with the razor, it's really important that you're always stretching the skin. That way the skin doesn't fold up on you and you end up nicking them. And you're going to want to do a little bit at a time. For the first pass, I like to go with a grain. Once the hair's a little bit shorter, then I'll follow it up and go against the grain. Make sure it's nice and close. Alright, so got most of that hair down. So now I'll go ahead and go against the grain. Once again, pulling the skin. Want to have a light hand with the razor. More pressure you apply on the razor, the skin's going to get irritated after a while. Again, stretching the skin. When you're using the razor, also look for pimples. Make sure you avoid them, try cutting around them, or else you'll nick the pimple and they'll start bleeding. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and work on the top. There isn't much to cut down because we didn't push the hairline back. making it easier. We don't have much to shave off. It's just little touch-ups here and there. And also another thing, if you notice, my thumb is always behind the razor. You never want to stretch the skin this way. You'll have more chances of cutting yourself. So always have your thumb behind the blade. Looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and finish up the lineup. The hardest part is pretty much through. Now we'll go ahead and just clean up around the ear, the neck. Rolling out loose hair. And same thing with the neck lineup. Don't want to push it back too far. When it grows back, it won't look very nice. So make sure you're just trimming the little hairs, making it straight. You want to be very careful on the neck. It's a very sensitive area, so you don't want to apply too much pressure with the blade. Don't be afraid to bend down the ear, it won't hurt. Using the corner of the blade again makes it very easy to do all the curves and arches, whether it's for the sideburn or around the ear. It's a little bit of time, there's no rush. If you rush it, that's where you make mistakes. You want to be patient with yourself. So I just went back and cleaned it up a little bit more. Notice that the line was still a little visible. Like I said, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I like to make sure that all the lines are taken out. Alright, so that'll pretty much do it. Got the sideburns lined up, tapered, have the front line. We have the neckline. Go ahead and take your final looks. Make sure everything looks clean. Alright. Now I'll go ahead and just dust him off and we'll shave his neck at the end. Even though there's much hair there, sometimes you get a client that has the neck pretty hairy. You always want to take off the neck strip and shave the rest of it off, making sure that there's no extra hair there. You want them going home with your neck hairy after getting a haircut. And And to finish it all off, I like to use my Profoil shaver. And with the shaver, you got to make sure you don't go too high, or else you're going to make another line. So same thing with the clippers, you're pulling out as you're going up. Alright, final step is just applying the aftershave, making sure they don't bump up after giving them a shave. I don't like to use alcohol-based aftershaves. What I like to use is witch hazel. It's not too bothersome on the skin, doesn't irritate it, doesn't burn. Go ahead and apply that on the neck. Look, and pretty much done. Tape from the back. Remember, one tape on the sideburns. Got the line up. That'll do it, guys.